The number of people I work with on Cura Romana who report that they have long been suffering from a thyroid condition never ceases to amaze me. And almost none of them are aware that low thyroid function is treatable by using well-prescribed bioavailable hormones. Your thyroid is responsible for so many functions in the body that are absolutely critical to well-being, that even a minor deficiency in the thyroid gland's ability to produce adequate levels of thyroid can not only disrupt your body's entire hormonal symphony, it can also tremendously impact your health all round. Your thyroid, this butterfly-shaped gland located in the lower part of your neck, is a primary hormone-producing gland that regulates body metabolism and is directly responsible for the production of energy. When your thyroid is not working properly, this can lead to any number of other hormonal imbalances, including the pituitary, the adrenals, and other glands in your body. When attempting to diagnose hypothyroidism, it's not enough just to carry out blood tests and a physical examination. The trained practitioner will also want to listen carefully to your own description of symptoms, and it's equally essential to measure your basal body temperature. Now, this was something devised a long time ago by Broda O. Barnes, MD, who many years ago carried out exhaustive research that led him to report, at that time, some 40% of the population in the United States was likely to be suffering from hypothyroidism. I highly recommend Dr. Barnes' excellent book, Hypothyroidism, The Unexpected Illness, to anybody who's keen to promote high-level health. You see, hypothyroidism can reduce the strength of every cell in your body, including those responsible for maintaining your immune system. Okay, more about this in a moment. The symptoms of low thyroid function can be many, and these include things like cold hands and feet and dry skin, recurring infections, menstrual disorders, infertility, PMS, obesity, thinning hair and eyebrows, poor memory, depression, headaches and migraines, and general weakness in the body as a whole. Your thyroid should be functioning properly. When it's not, your body can seem to pick up every viral illness that's going around, and you may find it difficult to recover from infections. And, amazing as it may seem, when your thyroid is not functioning well, one of the common issues, which is rarely associated with this, is infertility. Often, a woman cannot conceive. So much for the bad news. The good news is that many men and women respond well when treated with bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. You see, conventional medicine has little understanding of glandular imbalances and of the most effective treatment for thyroid disorders. This is why synthetic thyroid preparations like Synthyroid or levothyroxine, which are both relatively inactive forms of thyroid treatment, are commonly prescribed. These drugs contain T4 thyroid hormone, which must be converted into the more active form of T3 in your body for it to be effective. Actually, a great number of people simply do not respond at all to synthetic thyroid drug treatments because the human body cannot adequately convert T4 in that form into its active form of T3. And as a result, people get a poor response to conventional medical treatments. In a way, this is similar to the way a body does not respond adequately to being given synthetic HRT. So what's the answer? Well, there is desiccated thyroid, a porcine preparation that contains both T4 and T3 in proportions close to your body's natural thyroid production. The most commonly used natural thyroid hormone presently available is known as armor thyroid. The thyroid, like every other gland in the body, depends on adequate levels of your body's natural hormones to support your health and energy. As a result of aging, poor diet, pollution in the environment, which is very bad now, or ongoing stress, your glands are unable to supply your body with the level of hormones it needs for optimal health. And in that case, it can be wise to turn towards bioidentical hormones prescribed by a skilled practitioner well versed in these procedures, since bioidentical hormones are as close as possible to the natural hormones made by the glands in your own body. And how does one find out that there's a thyroid hormone deficiency? Well, blood tests on their own are not enough. Thyroid hormones influence your body at a cellular level, the deepest level possible. Lab tests on their own are not capable of identifying a hypothyroid state. It's important that you form close cooperation with a practitioner well versed in bioidentical treatments, who will listen to what you have to say about how you feel and what you sense and what you feel you're struggling with. He or she naturally will want to correlate blood or saliva lab tests with a clinical examination, health history, and this is important, serial monitoring of your basal temperature. Now, this can be carried out at home following Broda O. Barnes' method for measuring your basal body temperature. Briefly, here's how it works. Before bed, shake down a basal thermometer and place it on a table. When you awaken in the morning, tuck the thermometer snugly into your armpit and leave it there for 10 minutes while you stay quietly in bed. Then record your temperature on paper. And you need to repeat this for 5 days in a row. If you happen to be menstruating, it's best to take your temperature on the second day of menstruation and then for the following 4 days in order to get a really accurate basal temperature. Now, if the function of your thyroid is normal, your temperature should be within the range of 97.8 to 98.2 degrees Fahrenheit. If your temperature turns out to be lower than this range, this often points to a hypothyroid condition that is very much in need of treatment. People who are hypothyroid frequently report that their capacity to remember, to understand, and to stay alert can be very challenged. In the past 6 or 7 years, I've worked with many women on Cura Romana's Inner Circle program who have spent a small fortune on infertility drugs and treatments while attempting to become pregnant, all to no avail. Well, that is until they discovered the power of bioidentical hormones and the way that these can be used to restore healthy thyroid functioning. Some of these women then reported that this was literally life-changing for them. A practitioner competent in the use of bioidenticals, in addition to analyzing and handling any other glands in your body that also need attention, is likely to prescribe a low dose of, say, thyroid. He or she then titrates up the amount until they discover what the optimum levels of natural hormones in your body are. And this is important because the best results from using bioidenticals take place when one bioidentical is used together with other bioidenticals that are carefully chosen to work with it. In the case of thyroid, it might be natural progesterone, pregnenolone, DHEA, or something else. It's most important that you have proper nutritional support for your thyroid gland while all of this is happening. Drink good quantities of pure water every day and eat foods high in iodine like seafood, all of which can be helpful in restoring high-level well-being to your body. Many practitioners also exist on checking to make sure that you have adequate iron stores and that you do not have anemia before they even begin hormone replacement therapy. It's important that you remember this. It is virtually impossible to balance your endocrine system without taking into consideration the interrelationships of thyroid hormone with other natural hormones in your body. This is perhaps the most important secret of successful hormonal treatment for your glands, which produce hormones that have powerful synergistic effects with one another. This makes it important for you to identify a brilliant practitioner who knows his or her stuff. You see, the average GP has no training in the use of bioidentical hormones. In fact, he or she has only been trained to use drugs. Okay, next week we'll look into important questions such as how to learn more, where to find the right practitioner, and where can you get bioidentical hormones. See you then.